Our guy Shu in the house. Jhalyn Shuler, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
How you doing?
I'm good, buddy. You got class today? How's class going?
No, I don't have
No class.
I'm old, man.
You old. You old. I ain't saying you ain't as old as me. How does it feel, man? What was the vibes like at practice today, Shu?
Honestly, no different than week one, if I'm being real.
Yeah.
For the most part, we try to stay level-headed, stay humble, keep all the outside noise outside. So for the most part, we're just trying to attack this week just like we do every other week.
Yeah, shoot. I try to get Coach Golesh. Come on, Coach. It's got to be different. He's like, Jay, it's the same process every single time.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't playing around. And this was last year. It wasn't even this year. He's like, Jay, it's the same thing, dude. I can't get too high. I can't get too low. But what was that? We'll go back to that game. I mean, what was that like? I mean, Gainesville, not an easy place to play. You're going up there in the swamp, and you guys are just grinding it out, man. You're playing that bend, but don't break defense. You're keeping them out of the end zone. When Nico's kick goes through the uprights, what was that emotion like? Because you had to celebrate a little bit before you got back to the locker room.
I mean, I found Mac. Mac played beside me. We just kind of found each other, and we was just pretty much just screaming in each other's face. I don't even remember what we were saying, but just screaming in each other's face. Obviously, I got up, found Nico at some point, and congratulated him for that moment and everything. But it was crazy. First time in school history beating Florida. Beat them at the Swamp. Second ranked team in a row. You can call it what you want, but everybody pretty much said, all right, yeah, you beat Boise, but it was a weak Boise, Ashton Genty, whatever. It ain't gonna be the same for Florida. And then obviously that's what they're saying now about this week too. So it's just like, you do it one time, it might have been lucky. You do it two times, it stand for something. So it was a lot. It was big.
Do you guys ignore that outside noise, Shu? I mean, it's one thing where, like, I don't think it's going to depend on how hard you work when it comes to practice, but do you use that as a chip on your shoulder going, hey, man, we have the two best, we have the best resume so far in college football, and people are still doubting us. Do you use that as motivation at all?
Nah, not at all. Because with those handful of people that are saying, we still ain't gonna do nothing, it's also the people who are saying, we the best team in the country. So, Recher said it after the Florida game. As a matter of fact, he said the difference between a pat on the back and a slap in the face is about 18 inches. So, if you listening to everybody saying you ain't this or whatever, you're gonna listen to everybody saying you the best team in the country, and vice versa. Like I said, for the most part, drown all the outside noise in, keep your inner circle, which is, us, our staff, our players. Just keep everything in house and focus on what we got, because it's about us. At the end of the day, it don't matter if we playing Boise, Florida, Miami. It's about us.
Last time I talked to you was after the week one win at Boise, and we were talking about the Avengers, you and Mac, and it's so many people are like, bro, this is the funniest thing you've ever posted. And I asked you then, I want to ask you again here, like, now after that win, you just said you found him, like, how great is that to be able to do something that's never been done, but to be able to do it with a guy like Mac? Because I was looking at Mac's thing. This dude, he committed to USF under Charlie Strong. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys have been and you've seen the ups and the downs, the peaks and the valleys. Like, what is it like to be able to share that with one of your closest buds?
I mean, everything. And you say closest bud, like genuinely, like we live together. Like that's my dog. Like we like this, literally 2 peas in a pod. And it's just stuff that we talked about. Like, obviously he's been here a little longer than me, but I got here that last Jeff Scott year. So we went 1-11 together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then we had the 2 7-6 seasons together. And all this is just the stuff that we talked about. Like the type of play we want to show. And we both did pretty good. You know what I'm saying, for these first 2 weeks, but I got some national recognition week 1, and he got some national recognition week 2. So it's just like genuinely, just as happy as I am for my own success, I am for his, and I know it's the same way around. So being able to share this experience with somebody as close as I am with Mac is you can't really put it into words how good it is, how good it make you feel.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I know you guys are kind of keeping that level playing field and kind of not getting too high, not getting too low, and treating it like any other day. But we know that the challenge ahead is, you're facing the number 5 team in the country. And what's the mindset other than just kind of keeping things the same? But how do you guys do that? It's easy to say that, but how do you make sure that every single day of practice, you keep your head on straight, and you know that you don't look too far ahead into the future? Because we know what that outside noise would say if you guys win that game. How do you and Mac and those other leaders kind of keep everybody rolling in the right direction?
I think that started, all that part of it started before the season even started. Like, for the most part, like, you can't gain confidence through wins or losses or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You gain all the confidence, and you gain the type of program and the type of mentality you want to have throughout the whole off season. So, and even we can go even further back to when AG and them first got here. Our strength coach Gio, he told us one of our first days lifting, he said our biggest problem is going to be how we handle winning. Like, he said, he not worried about, you know what I'm saying, wins or loss. He worried about how we gonna handle winning. And this was back in 2023. They first got here. So, like I said, for the most part, being able to maintain that mindset and that focus and that sense of urgency and attention to detail and all that, pretty much just go all the way back to the type of culture and the type of standard and mentality AG and the staff instilled in us when they got here.
Sure, I can close my eyes and hear Alex Golesh telling me, Jay, there's no silver linings. There's no moral victories. This is last. And I'm sure you can close your eyes and you hear him talk about process over outcome and all these different Alex Goleshisms, as I like to call them. But what makes him so great, right? What makes him be able to be a guy that can lead you guys to back-to-back bowl victories and then a 2-0 start to the season, as a guy that listens to that message, as a guy that he relies on to be able to disseminate that message when you guys get on the field? What makes Alex Golesh so special?
It's genuine, man. Like, it's real. It's super straightforward. Is you know what I'm saying? It's blunt. It's brutally honest, and it's genuine. Like, you can fit. Like, when he talks to the team, when you see him speak. I know y'all probably saw the clip of him talking after the game, and like, it's genuine. Like, it's real. Like, everybody through the locker room could feel it, and him and all the other coaches. And I feel like over these past 2 or 3 years, he's tried his hardest to bring in more guys like that, player as in the player standpoint. So, like, guys like myself and Mac, and then like a lot of the other guys who we brought in. So for the most part, yeah, it's I don't want to say it's solely just him. It's just like I said, the type of people that he's brought in,
coaches, so those coaches,
and players, and players.
So those coaches and players that come in, it makes it easier. I don't want to say it makes it easier, but I think that's a way, isn't it, to make sure that the message never gets lost, because whatever you do, even off the football field, and how important is that too, Shu? Like, making sure that you guys are representatives. And I know how close that Coach Amir Abdur-Rahim was to Coach Golesh, and I got a chance to know Coach Amir very well as well. And just the way to treat people, the way you handle yourself off the field, how important is that? What's that message like, to know that you're not just representing, you know, the football team on the field, but you're also representing the football team and the athletic program off the field as well?
It's almost bigger than how we represent ourselves on the field, honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying? We want great players, obviously, but I think we want even better people. And like I said, over the past 2 or 3 years, we had some players who were pretty good, but just, you know what I'm saying, couldn't get on board to the mindset and the you know what I'm saying, the wave that we're trying to go on. So throughout the years, we kind of weeded those people out. And like I said, AG and the staff did a great job bringing more coaches and more players in who want to fit into that mold that we wanted as a team. So, and I'm talking about something as simple as don't park in a handicap spot. Like, if you're trying to go into the dining hall, like, you know, like, just small things that people wouldn't even think about. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you see something, pick it up. And obviously everybody said that, but like, nah, like, you mean it. Like, you see one of your teammates that you don't know sitting down in the dining hall by themselves, just instead of go grabbing it to go box and walk out, go sit down with them. You know what I'm saying? So just that love piece of it, like, where it's easy to kind of fail or do whatever if you know what I'm saying, you just worry about yourself. But if you genuinely care about the people who you're working with, it makes it so much harder to mess up, because, like, you thinking, dang, I can't let these guys down. Like, I told these boys I got them. Like, so being able to get a genuine connection off the field, I feel like almost is as, or if not more important as what we do on the field.
This really ain't the same old South Florida, huh?
Not even close.
It's wild, man. Talk to me. What is it like to be on the sideline and looking at your quarterback, and he's just running over defenders? I mean, you're not on the field at that time, and you've got to be jumping out of your skin, like, get me the hell back out there. What kind of motivation, what kind of energy does that give you guys as a defense when you see Byram, like, yeah, I want to I want to take more physicality. I want to take some hits. When that guy doesn't back down from contact, what kind of motivation does that give the entire team, but especially you guys on the defense?
Man, honestly, if I wish you were here throughout camp or whatever, just to see like how physical and gritty camp was, and to see BB come out there the first game of the season, and I believe he trucked a bunch of people like
Yeah, he
that
did.
that ain't no one time thing. You know what I'm saying? That BB like, all right, look, this is what we doing. And so for your quarterback to be on that type timing, it just set the bar here. So as a defense, you know what I'm saying, as a team in general, but as a defense specifically, we want to play that way in general. We want to rough people up. We want to play fast. We want to play physical. But when your quarterback is doing, it's like, okay, this is the standard we having, then it's a no-brainer. All right, that's what we doing.
Yeah. What about DC Todd Orlando, man? He was catching some strays, man. They were like, well, I don't know about this guy. And, the outside of the USF. And I'm just like, dude, you got to give this guy some time. And I had USF linebacker, great Sam Barrington on with me yesterday. He goes, Jay, you don't understand like how it takes time. It takes time for a DC to get guys in there and guys to buy in, for those players to be used to a defense. And now that you and Mac and some of the guys that have been there understand the defense, I mean, you can see, you guys are taking off, but what's that relationship like with you and him and the rest of the defense, and how he's kind of grown into being, man, one of the most, talked about coordinators in college football through a couple weeks?
Yeah, T.O., that's my guy, man. Like genuinely, initially coming in, I didn't really gravitate towards any, you know what I'm saying, specific culture or nothing in general. But like you said, as time gone, as we start clicking and you know what I'm saying, getting more accustomed to the defense and everything, he just became like more and more of like my rock. Like at this point, he'll tell you himself, he'll be like those guys are an extension of me. Like you got two veteran seasoned dudes who played a lot of snaps who can. I think it makes it easier for him too. Like as a coach, as a play caller, like I think it really takes a lot off him having guys like us who can you know what I'm saying, kind of run the floor. But that's my dog, man. I like genuinely, and I feel like everybody on our defense would actually run through a wall. The indoor right there, we would all probably run through the walls of the indoor, like if he wanted us to, because genuinely, like same how I said with AG, like he get up there and he talking is real. Same thing with TO, like out shoot, we get done with this, I'll probably go up there to the office. If not now, probably a little bit later today. But no, like that's my dog, and everybody on the defense like loves him. Everybody on offense loves him. He get up and talk in front of the team, and the offensive guys like, man, bro, I wish you could talk to us every day. Like that's a real hard nose, like it's exactly what you need as a defensive coordinator, if I'm being real.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What does Jhalyn Shuler do on a day like today? After practice, you go home, you kind of, let your hair down a little bit. What are you doing to relax? Were you playing video games? You watching TV? You cooking? What are you doing?
Nah, I usually just go lay out. Well, today it's pretty cool today. So I probably go lay out on the patio. I got a dog. I usually lay down with my dog.
What kind of dog?
He's a mutt. I found him on the street about 3 years ago. Yeah. I found him on the street a couple years ago. So
take us through that story, Shu. How'd you find your dog?
Um, it was at home in South Carolina. My brothers and cousin called me, and it was like, "Hey, like, it's a box of dogs." Like, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much, like, we got these dogs, and nobody knew what to do with them. And I was like, I mean, why not take one? You know what I'm saying? So I took one. My brother took one. My cousin took one. I think they ended up selling them, but I was like, nah, you mine. And so we just kind of been just like this. And shoot, I can't get up off the couch and go pour a glass of water without him coming and following me.
What's his name?
Zeus.
Zeus. I love
Yep.
that. What are we watching anything on TV? What shows does Jhalyn Shuler watch?
I ain't really too crazy on like actually like sitting down and watching new shows. I have a bunch of shows that I would just watch over and over.
All right, who you got? What are they?
I watch Stranger Things. I like Criminal Minds.
Oh, Criminal Minds is my jam.
Yeah. I'll turn on The Sopranos every once in a while.
Criminal Minds get you thinking, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You'll be watching Criminal Minds, you'll be like, damn, people are like that? Like,
right?
It's some crazy things, man.
And I like Criminal Minds because like you can fall asleep and then wake up on another episode. You know, it's not like in chronological order for the most part. Like it's just every episode is something different. So but yeah, Criminal Minds I watch it like that might be the one I'll turn on. a little later today, honestly.
You start looking around the corner like you start looking at the world a little different after you watch Criminal Minds. That's for sure. Shu, what's the kind of the mindset going into this weekend and the rest of, and I know it's, kind of doing the same thing, but just as far as like for you individually, like, knowing that, hey man, this is my last hurrah, you came back, you dealt with some injuries, like, man, what's the focus? What's kind of the goal for you, not just this weekend, but for the rest of the season for yourself?
Honestly, I try not to set like personal goals. If I'm being completely honest, I want to come in here. I want to do whatever I can for my team. Like, I don't have a X amount of games I want to win. I don't have a award I want to win. I don't want to have a number of tackles I want to hit or nothing. I literally, if whatever I can do to help my team, that's what it is. That's what it's gonna be.
The man, the one and only Jhalyn Shuler. Shu, you have done such a great job representing the team and our community. Continued success, my friend. Stay healthy. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Yes, sir. Go Bulls.